Hayden Norman and Jack Favreau, Ethan Geneve, David Padmore, your first 3 rows. Damon Thompson and Tim Matthews, they qualified from last night, those first 8. The next 14 qualified via 2B mains, and the 2 cars at the back come from the last chance qualifier. 24 cars, 30 laps. The East Pilbara Tyre Services Street Stock Summer Cup is underway here in Bunbury. And the West Australian champion Jamie Oldfield leads them down the main straight. Sneaking into second place on the inside is Hayden Norman. On the outside is 318 Freddie Kinsella. And in 4th place is Jack Favreau. As they head down the back straight the first time, they're safely through the first 2 turns. Here comes Ethan Geneve underneath of Favreau as they complete lap number 1 of 30 laps. Jamie Oldfield skips away. Trouble further back in the field. 616, Jamie Goodwin is out of the race. He parks the car on the infield. Down the back straight they go. Second place behind Oldfield is Norman. Favreau, Kinsella, and then Ethan Geneve the first 5. Back in 6th place, Damon Thompson, then David Padmore. As they come down the main straight, Jamie Oldfield is your race leader.
He certainly is, and he's putting out some air in between first and second. You can go back second, third, fourth, and fifth, and there's nothing between them as Jamie Oldfield heads down the rest of straight. Norman, Favreau and Kinsella are your top there, and then back to Ethan Geneve, who's trying to make a move at the moment. There's quite a few cars in that pack trying to make a move. It's anybody's in there. A lot going around. Favreau moves himself around, and 318 of Kinsella tries to come underneath. Kinsella tries absolutely everything, trying to get up to that 3rd position. He's on the curb, tries to get underneath, nothing doing. Still in 3rd place, Jack Favreau, then slipping back there. Ethan Geneve is also coming to the party as well. He's in 5th position at the moment. Out in front is Jamie Oldfield. And then back to the number 5, 6 car of Hayden Norman. And then a pretty good battle for 3rd at the moment. There's a heap of cars in there, can get it, and what out in front of them is Favreau, Kinsella, and then Geneve. Kinsella tries to get underneath. Can Favreau gets hold on? He can't. Kinsella comes wide underneath. Favreau goes wide. What a race this is, but it is Jamie Oldfield out in front at the moment. 3 wide for the minor.
Yes, down the main straight, 5 down and 25 to go. Our race leader is Jamie Oldfield from Hayden Norman, then Jack Favreau. He's lost a spot. Favreau's gone back to 4th. Back into 3rd is Freddie Kinsella, then back to Ethan Geneve. Further back in the field is Damon Thompson and David Padmore. But here we come, 6 down and 24 to go. It's Jamie Oldfield out in front.
Jamie Oldfield doing an absolutely great job there. Of course, lap traffic going to play an issue if this one keeps under green light. It's been some great driving from all these drivers at the moment. And we look further back, there's a bit of a battle going on for 7th at the moment between Padmore and Gordon Wyatt as well. So those cars are all bunching up. The gap at the moment between 1st and 2nd is 1.4, and a little bit of room being made from Hayden Norman. Comes a little unstuck out of turn number 1 and loses a lot of ground there. Then back to 3rd place is Freddie Kinsella at the moment, and then Favreau and Geneve is how they sit. A lot of racing to go in this one. 22 laps to go this time around, and it's Jamie Oldfield out in front.
So Oldfield leads by 2 seconds over Hayden Norman, then the main body of the field. It's Freddie Kinsella, Jack Favreau, Ethan Geneve in 5th place. Behind them, it's Damon Thompson and David Padmore. A wall of cars in this race, still 23 cars on the racetrack. They'll come up with 21 laps to go in the East Pilbara Tyre Service Street Stock Summer Cup. And our race leader is Jamie Oldfield from Hayden Norman. Freddie Kinsella in 3rd, and behind him is Jack Favreau. Ethan Geneve is 5th, then Damon Thompson in 6th place. David Padmore, Gordon Wyatt, Tim Matthews and Gavin Minty your top 10. Our race leader can almost see the back markers. The first of those is the 56 of Ethan Cooper. We've done 10, we've got 20 to go.
A big race this one for Jamie Oldfield. He's a long way out in front. That gap as it stands at the moment, 2.551. Then that is Hayden Norman in 2nd. Freddie Kinsella and Favreau are fighting it out still. Kinsella wins it. Favreau goes a little bit wider and opens the door for Geneve. Geneve gets underneath there side by side as they come around. Our race leader completes another lap. Jamie Oldfield then back to 2nd place of Hayden Norman. Freddie Kinsella in 3rd. That battle between Geneve and also in there as he's just coming underneath. Can Geneve get around? I thought he's going to do it. He does. He gets up into 4th position. So he's in 4th position over Favreau for that one. Jamie Oldfield comes around to complete another one.
Russell Gunn retires. We've got 18 to go, and Jamie Oldfield is now up into the lap traffic. This is what Hayden Norman will need as we have gone green for 12 and a half laps. They're in the back straight. Well, he is in the back straight. He's coming up on 4 cars. Once he gets past them, there's another 10 cars. The 9 car is starting to slow down here. That is Blake Highway now. He's pulled up high on the racetrack as he's going to try and get off into the main straight. They come. Oldfield is up in that lap traffic now. The 9 car trying to slowly sneak down. He gets underneath. He's going to roll to the infield, and the race will be able to continue. Jamie Oldfield comes up on the outside now, the 56 car of Ethan Cooper. We've got 16 laps to go. Hasn't got past Cooper, and Hayden Norman starts to close.
It is a great race, Jamie Oldfield. Great work there, Norman, as Jason said, closing that gap. Then it's back to Freddie Kinsella, Ethan Genève, and Favreau. It's been a good battle between Favreau and Genève. Genève winning that one at the moment. Then back to David Padmore, Gordon White, and Damon Thompson as well. 15 laps to go this time around for our race leader as he slips through a bit more lap traffic. There's cars everywhere there. He's around the 24 car of Tim Matthews at the moment, and a great race going on. They bunch up a heap of lap cars and a heap of cars as part of the race. One goes sideways and another car gets hit there. Waiting for the dust to settle on that one. Our race leader's A-OK. But that was the car number 12 there that copped a bit of a bang of Kate Helms. He's going to pull onto the infield to check that car. Cars everywhere there that you just see coming into that. Lights go green. Oldfield gets a good jump. They're heading around the cone. Hayden Norman there in second. And then Freddie Kinsella in third, Genève in fourth, Favreau in fifth, and up in there in sixth is David Padmore as well, trying to feature in this race as they bunch up again into turns 3 and 4. Oldfield has that jump that he's had this whole race. Hayden Norman trying absolutely everything. It's been a lot of single file racing since this restart. Back to Kinsella. Then in fourth place is Ethan Genève. They bunch up at the back. One car just goes a little bit sideways, manages to hold on, and they go 3 wide, those rear markers. Meanwhile, at the front, Jamie Oldfield stretches that lead.
He certainly does. We've got 14 to go. Back in second, Hayden Norman, Freddie Kinsella third. Meanwhile, it's single file at the front half of the field. They're 3 wide further back in the field as they were prior to that restart. Damon Lyles made up a lot of ground. One of the car, there's Jake Evans, who spun. The yellows have come on again. That was in that battle in the second half of the field where they were 3 wide. Ethan Cooper started out of position 24. He's up to position 18. Still last on the racetrack, but he's up 6 spots as a result of 6 cars dropping out. So I suppose that's something as we're back underway. Indian file down the back straight as Jamie Oldfield. He hasn't got away this time, and his nemesis car number 6 is up behind him. Hayden Norman is starting to get busy on the back end of car 1. Back in third place, 318 Freddie Kinsella, and then Ethan Genève. Fifth place is Jack Favreau, and then David Padmore starts to break line. He's out half track high as Padmore as they run down the back straight. Jamie Oldfield by a car length. Back in second place, Hayden Norman. There'll be a dozen laps left to go as they come into the main straight. Kinsella is third and Genève is fourth.
And to that battle between Norman and Oldfield's probably been the closest it's been all night with 12 laps to go. A great battle it is too. Then back to Kinsella and Genève. They're having a good old fight as well. And 5th and 6th are right near each other of Favreau and Padmore. They go around with 11 laps to go this time, and Jamie Oldfield is still out in front and has been since the start of this race. Then it's back to Hayden Norman, Freddie Kinsella. Genève's in there as well and looking really good, although right on his heels he's got Jack Favreau. So a lot of work for these drivers that are coming through. Padmore is trying a couple of different lines out there, as Jason said, sitting a little bit higher around the track. Nothing doing for him at the moment as car 66 pulls in, and we'll get a 10 lap to go.
So Jamie Oldfield leads up into Pitts Bend. The margin is 0.8 of a second back to Hayden Norman. Same margin back into Freddie Kinsella. Ethan Genève in fourth, then Jack Favreau. 6 places, David Padmore, Gordon White and Damon Thompson. That's the first 8, then back to Gavin Minty and Damon Lyle. Into the main straight they come once again. Jamie Oldfield has less than 10 to run now, 9 to go. Back in second is Hayden Norman. Third place is Freddie Kinsella, and then back to Ethan Geneve as they run into the back straight here at the Make Smoking History Bunbury Speedway. Jamie Oldfield seems to have the measure of Hayden Norman. They come out of Pearson Teenies and into the main straight once again. There is 8 laps to go, and Jamie Oldfield continues to lead.
The battle between third and fourth has been a good one. Kinsella and Geneve. Geneve sneaking up ever so close. They got a fair way to catch the first two though, which is led by Jamie Oldfield as it has done this whole race. Hayden Norman in second. They're very much single file as they come into turns 3 and 4. Jamie Oldfield out in front. Then it's Norman, Kinsella and Geneve. Geneve trying to get in there for a podium. Kinsella keeps locking him out though. Then it's back to Favreau and Padmore. Lap traffic will start to be a little bit of an issue as we come around, and Jamie Oldfield from Hayden Norman and Freddie Kinsella, that's how it's at. The lead at the moment was 1.666 for Jamie Oldfield. Can he keep extending that? I reckon he has. This time around, it sits at 2.309.
So he's well clear. It's the 31 car of Jake Avens who's made the big moves in the race. He started out of position 22. He's up to position number 9. It's Carnival 1 out in front, and he's got this one well and truly in his keeping. Has 5 laps to go. Comes into the main straight. The margin's extending. Oldfield is well out in front. The 6 of Hayden Norman in second. Freddie Kinsella closes in on Hayden Norman. Back in 4th place is Ethan Geneve, then Jack Favreau. As he runs down the back straight, he's 3/4 of the way ahead of the rest of the field in the back straight. He's got about a 60 or 70 metre advantage. He has 4 laps to go as he comes up on lap traffic again.
Oldfield doing a great job extending that lead, 3.161. Back then to Hayden Norman. Hayden Norman is hot in his heels of him is Freddie Kinsella, as he has been for this last a dozen or so laps, and then back to Ethan Geneve, who's tried it every which way to get around him. Back then further to Favreau and Padmore have had a bit of a battle in this one. 3 laps to go for our race leader, doing an absolutely fantastic job out in front. Lap traffic obviously becoming a bit of an issue now. We'll slow him down, but he's a long way in front, and Hayden Norman at this point. Then back to Freddie Kinsella in third. Geneve's lost a little bit of ground in 4th, and we're going to have 2 laps to go for our race leader, Jamie Oldfield, having a great one out in front.
He leads down the main straight. There's 2 laps remaining, ladies and gentlemen, and you're watching one of the best ever street stock drivers, one of Western Australia's best ever sedan drivers at work. He's made mincemeat of the opposition. He passes another car. That is the 83 car of Stephanie Amajuri. There is no one within cooey of him out in front. He'll come up and get the white flag. He is 1 lap away from winning the Summer Cup. Up into the main straight he comes, into turn 1 and 2 the final time. Norman in second, 318. Freddie Kinsella is third, and back then to Ethan Geneve. But how about standing up, ladies and gentlemen? He's won the national title multiple times. He's won state titles multiple times. And he's won the Summer Cup multiple times. The West Australian champion is way too good. Jamie Oldfield first across the line. Hayden Norman second. Third is 318 Freddie Kinsella. Ethan Geneve is 4th. Then back to David Padmore. Jack Favreau is next. Then Gordon Wyatt. Damon Thompson is 8th. Then Jake Avens, who made up massive ground. 10th place is Damon Lyle, then Gavin Minty, Lachlan Della. Jake Williams is 13th, Stephanie Amajuri, Ethan Cooper, and Matthew Iwanow are the finishers. Jamie Oldfield wins by 3.112 seconds. There were 2 stoppages in the race, and he just made mincemeat of the opposition and got through lap traffic as if they weren't even there. Hayden Norman hung on for second and got there by 0.3 of a second over Freddie Kinsella, 0.7 of a second back to Ethan Geneve, and David Padmore finished in the top 5. But it's Jamie Oldfield who wins from Hayden Norman in Freddie Kinsella in a really good street stock main event, thanks to East Pilbara Tyre Services in the Summer Cup. Tim Matthews, Ben Norman, David Fall, Scotty Hunter, Cade Helms, Blake Iwanow, Russell Gunn, and Jamie Goodwin with the 8 that did not see the checkered flag. Awesome race. There's 1 to come. It'll be the production sedan main event. That one will be brought to us by Hills Panel Repairs. But it is 1, 6 and 318 who are now down trackside for the Summer Cup. And the 2 recent